Hello and welcome to the Sustainable Futures Report for Tuesday the 24th of September. Yes, Tuesday. Your regular Friday episode will be out on Friday when an archaeologist explains how his techniques can help us tackle climate change. Today though, this is a special edition to cover the climate strike that took place last Friday. This week you're getting 2 episodes for the price of 1. How do I do it? Why do I do it? Well, that's another story. When I say price, the Sustainable Futures Report is free and always will be free. But if you'd like to show your appreciation with a small contribution, just pop across to All the W's patreon.com/SFR. That's patreon.com/SFR, where you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. $1. That's less than £1. For the moment, anyway. Last week, as you know, saw the global climate strike. Demonstrations took place from Australia to Alaska and points in between. 4,000 demonstrations across 6 continents. I went down to my local climate strike to talk to people, to find out why they were there, and to find out what they were trying to achieve. Most people were united in the need to take action to avert the climate crisis. There was one voice of dissent, as you'll hear.
Thank you all for coming.
So, why are you here today, Ella?
Because I want to try and make a difference in this issue, because it's what's going to affect everything, essentially. Because if we don't change now, we might not have a chance in the future.
Okay, what sort of changes do you think we should be making?
Well, zero emissions, and I'm not going to say by when, just as soon as possible, because I think what we need to really do is just stop setting targets, and just do something.
Right, so this is a message for the government, is it?
Yeah.
I'm here today actually representing the City of York Council because I'm the Vice Chair of the Climate Emergency Scrutiny Committee.
Right.
And we were asked specifically to send a representative, and the chairperson is currently not available, so I am here speaking on behalf of a small group of City of York councillors that will hopefully grow over the time that I'm a councillor, so that actually all councillors are welcome and engaged on our scrutiny committee, so that we can really actually keep a check on what the council is doing about the climate emergency.
Some people had come with a very clear agenda.
Well, let's talk about fracking, because you're here at the global climate protest.
Yep.
And big notices say no to fracking. England is one of the few places in the United Kingdom which still allows fracking.
Theoretically, yes. There has been one site where fracking has taken place, Preston New Road in Lancashire.
But that's exploratory, I believe.
Yeah, and that has been closed down for the moment because of the earthquake situation that's arisen there. But they've had so many, and some bigger ones, 2.9 for instance, which has meant that the regulatory body have suspended the operations there until further notice.
But wouldn't some people say this is a risk worth taking? Because you look at the Middle East, we've just had the refinery attacked in Saudi, which affects oil, of course. Whole of the Straits of Hormuz, we bring gas through there. So if we fracked and we produce gas in this country, then we would save foreign exchange and we'd have a certain amount of security.
Well, my answer to that is, if you remember where we are today, this is a climate change protest. The whole idea of taking a new fossil fuel out of the ground and adding to the climate change crisis that we're experiencing now is, in my view, and in many, many millions of people across the world's view, a crazy direction to travel. We should be focusing all of our efforts on non-fossil fuel energy sources, renewable sources, and we shouldn't even be contemplating fracking in England. In Scotland, there's a moratorium, hopefully a ban. The same in Ireland and Wales. Why is it that the English feel that they can go ahead with something, incidentally, against the popular opinion?
Some people have a very different agenda.
So, okay, so we're in St Helens Square in York, and this is the global climate strike, but not everybody agrees. So what's your position?
My position ultimately is the movement has taken a turn where they're destroying children's ability to look long term, they're destroying children's mental health, and they're implementing ideas which simply aren't true. I've just spoken to several children, and they're telling me that the IPCC report says that they've got no future. That is a lie, but they tell me it as if it's fact.
All right, but do you acknowledge that there is a problem, and are you just saying we're going about it the wrong way?
So, as I think you might have some scientist background. The temperature has changed since the last ice age, and for all the studies that we've done in terms of CO2, I'm an engineer by the way. For all the studies that we've done, the temperature has been higher higher during the Roman times, higher during the medieval times, and the temperature came down again. So what I'm saying is, yes, the temperature is changing, but what coming behind it, the idea that everything is man-made and we need to destroy the Constitution, that's crazy.
Well, the basic principle is that it's greenhouse gases which are causing temperatures to rise, and that most greenhouse gases are created by humanity. Is that something you accept, or do you reject that?
I accept that there could be an argument. Now, I've looked into the literature in depth. What I will say is there's an argument. However, and you have to at some point take a position. I do agree that CO2 can influence the atmosphere.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Some people don't, but I don't agree with what they come to. Now, here's my point. Let's say, for example, we had what socialists want here, and we all lived in fields and didn't pump out any CO2. Where's that business?
That's not really what they're saying.
Okay.
We're not all going to live in fields.
Okay. Anything that we don't produce here will go other places. That need is not going to go. So that need is going to go to China and make the problem worse.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is that in the UK, what we do doesn't have an effect.
It does have everything has some effects. Breathing puts out CO2. But we are far more aware of it than China is. China don't give us stuff.
Well, okay, some might disagree with that. But
have you been to Beijing?
Should we do anything?
We should. Well,
should we be taking action?
Well, it depends what action you mean.
Well, no, you tell me. Are there actions you think we should be taking? Or are you saying that this has been exaggerated?
I don't think we should be shutting down businesses. I don't think we should be encouraging children to come out of school. I don't think we should be causing mental health issues.
No, that's what you don't think we should do.
Yes.
But is there anything you think we should do?
Yeah, we should stop people destroying mental health in children.
No, that's negative. What should we do to deal with the crisis?
We should stop people infecting children.
Fine, but if we've got a climate crisis, what
That's a made-up term.
Right. So
define to me climate crisis.
A runaway situation where the Earth is rapidly becoming uninhabitable.
Nonsense. You have no proof for that.
Right. So what you're basically saying, there isn't a problem, so we don't need to take action.
I'm not saying there isn't a problem, because you can spin a problem into anything. Anything could be a problem. What I'm saying is this idea that the Earth is becoming uninhabitable rapidly is nonsense.
Okay. Well, I think we all hope you're right. We really do.
You're an intelligent man. I hope we do again. I'm Donovan. God bless you.
Thank you, Donovan.
Were they interviewing?
I'm still not quite sure what his objective was, but as I finished the interview, a lady came up to me and started berating me for doing the interview. You shouldn't be talking to somebody who's against us, she said. This is a climate protest. Well, yes, but if we believe in free speech, people are entitled to express their opinions. And as long as he was talking to me, he wasn't berating some poor kid.
The police have told us not to stick the stickers on all the street furniture because it's a pain to get off.
What brought you out, and have you
My
had
little girl, she's 6,
Right.
and she went to her head of school last week and said, the forests are on fire, this isn't good enough, my school's not doing enough, so I'm protesting.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, all right then, right, okay, let's do it.
Okay. Good. But do you think this will do any good?
Yes. It's got to raise the consciousness of the whole population around the world.
Yeah.
It's our duty.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't have... I mean, fundamentally, there are 3 things that the government needs to change.
Yes.
So we need to start taxing companies from start to finish of their products.
Right.
So you increase the tax on people who don't produce the cyclical
Circular economy goods.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then they start... And there's nothing that drives innovation more.
But aren't we going to have to pay those taxes in our retail prices at the end of the day?
Shall we just have a little bit of a think about how much we consume and how much we actually need?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
So sorry about that, but we can't do that anymore. Also, at 1 p.m, we're like setting off alarms and stuff. So if you happen to have an alarm clock with you, set that for 1 o'clock. If not, just set an alarm on your phone, and that'll be really cool. They'll all go up at 1, and it'll be really noisy and annoying, but also symbolic. So that's fun. Okay, thank you.
And what do we do next?
My question is, what do you do next after today?
Well, I mean, practically we've got events happening all weekend. I think we need to continue with disruptive action. So stuff like this, it does make a difference because the government notices when loads of kids aren't at school. And if you look at what Extinction Rebellion are doing and what they're going to be doing in October, so on the 7th of October in London, we're going to be blocking off Westminster. The city of Westminster. So we need to continue with disruptive action because that is really what gets governments to listen, because they just care about the economy really, and if we disrupt that, then we're on our way to a good movement.
Okay, so will you be out of school next Friday and the Friday after that?
Well, we won't be out of school next Friday, but next Friday there's a silent strike taking place. So young people across the UK will be staying silent for the whole day in protest about climate issues. There's also more actions taking place this week, and we're going to continue mobilising and organising monthly strikes like we have been since February, and keep up the pressure on the government to listen to our demands and to take the urgent action that they need to take.
Thank you all for coming, because it is lovely to see so many people, and this is brilliant, isn't it? The tent and everything. So yeah, thank you for all the lovely people that have helped set it up and organise it and make everything possible, because it is just amazing. So thank you.
There you have it. The battle goes on. As the climate meeting started in New York this week, the UN Secretary-General said the world had reached a turning point in addressing the climate crisis. Better a turning point than a tipping point. I'm Anthony Day. That was the Sustainable Futures Report for Tuesday, the 24th of September, and there will be another one on Friday, the 27th of September. But that's all for now.